So in this video, in section chapter 0.13, chapter 0, section 13, we're going to learn about sales tax and commission. And the more you know about sales tax, the less you want to pay it, I think. And so we're going to check that out. So in this example too, it says, suppose the sales tax rate is 4%. And so that's a really low sales tax rate. I'm thinking, what state is that? I'll move there. If the sales tax on a 10-speed bicycle is $5.44, what is the purchase price and what is the total price of the bicycle? And so in general, just the thought of it, and you can think your general percentage if you want and do your part and your whole, where the 544 would be the part and the whole would be the total price of the bike. That would work as well, but this is what I think when I think about sales tax. I think the sales tax in dollars equals the sales tax rate, which is a percentage, multiplied by the purchase price. And I don't know why my thing wouldn't do the big parentheses to show times. And so in this case here, I know the sales tax in dollars, and I also know the sales tax as a percent, and so that should give me the purchase price, right? This formula here, I don't know the purchase price. I do know the sales tax, but I don't know the total price. So I can't use this formula here, the purchase price plus the sales tax equals the total price. The purchase price goes to whoever you bought the bicycle from, and the sales tax goes to the government, but that's then the total price to you. And so I want to use this formula here. So the sales tax in dollars equals the sales tax rate, the tax rate, multiplied by the purchase price, PP, purchase price. PP can be something else too, right? So here we want to write our sales tax rate, that's 4%, so 0.04%. And then the purchase price is unknown, PP, I don't know it, purchase price, but I do know the sales tax, $5.44. And then all I'd have to do is put my finger on the purchase price, that's what I would like to solve for, and divide by 0.04. And if you were a circle-y person, you love the circle, then we know the part, which is the 544. We knew the percentage, which is 0.04, and what we were trying to find was the whole. In the case of the whole, it's the purchase price in this, and see how we would have divided those. So it would have worked just as well. It would have given you the same thing. So whichever one you like to do, it's how you think, and people think differently, and doesn't mean there's just one way. So just this bicycle is $136 for this 10-speed bicycle. So that's the purchase price. Okay, then they also asked, so they asked, what is the purchase price? And then they asked, and what is the total price of the bicycle? And my thought is the purchase price plus the sales tax. So the purchase price I give to whoever I'm buying the bicycle from, Costco, whatever, and the sales tax goes to the government, and then that's my total price. So I know that my total price will equal the purchase price, 136, plus the sales tax, 544, and so this is how much I paid altogether. For the total price of the bicycle. $141.44. One good way of kind of looking at sales tax when someone says that you're going to pay 4% sales tax, what that means is that for every dollar that you spend, you're going to give the government 4 cents, is what 4% means. So every dollar that you spend, you're going to give the government 4 cents, and on things. Anyway. Okay, this is example 3. It says, suppose the purchase price of a stereo system is $396 and the sales tax is $19.80. What is the sales tax rate? And so again, you can use the circle-y thing if you like to do the circle-y thing. Remember that the part is how much you're going to pay in sales tax, which in this case is $19.80. And the whole is the whole, when you're doing tax, is your purchase price, PP, purchase price, $396. And we wanted to know what is the percent. And when we find this percent, it's going to be as a decimal or a fraction. And so our percent, which would be our sales tax rate, right? Written as a percent here, would be 1980 over 396. And this is not reduced or anything like that. Now, my calculator will write it as a fraction. My calculator will write it as a decimal. Either one that I want. It will do it. So if I wanted to use the fraction key, I could, or I could use the division key. It's all good. It'll work it. It doesn't care what. 396, and so this is 1 over 20, which is the same as 0.05. But I don't want it as a fraction, and I don't want it as a decimal. I want it as a percent, so I have to do one more thing, which is multiply either one of these numbers, this or this, by 100% to make it into a decimal, make it into a percent. So times 100, and you get 5. So 5% is the sales tax rate. If you're paying $19 in sales tax on something that costs $396. So for every dollar you spend, you're giving the government 5 cents. In this case, that's what 5% means. And then commission is sort of similar to sales tax, but instead of giving the money to the government, you're giving the money to the real estate agent or whoever's getting the commission. So, but otherwise it's similar. So a real estate agent gets 3% of the price of each house she sells. If she sells a house for $289,500, how much money does she earn? And so she is going to get, the part of the money that she's going to get is 3% of this amount. Do you guys agree? So you could do the circle-y thingy if that's what you liked, the general percent problem. And this is our whole, right? And our whole goes in here. The $289,500 Ruskies. And then 3% goes here, 0.03. And this is the part, and this part is her commission. Right? And so, and then, so her commission is 0.03 of 289,500. So her commission, they didn't tell us her name, is $8,685. there we have that. And then last one here, it says if the commission on a $600 dining room set is $90, what is the commission rate? And so there's some places, I'm sure they're out of business, so I hope not, but there's some places in town that you can take things that you would like to sell, and they decide whether or not they want to take it into their shop, and then you agree to give them a certain amount of money if they sell it. And you get to pick how much the item would be sold for, etc., etc. You have some say and whatnot, and they have some say because they're giving you the room in there. And so this is the total price of the dining room set, and this is the part that was the commission. And so they're wanting to know what the commission rate is, what the percentage is. And so you could do this circly thing if you like that circly thing. I've never been into the circly thing too much myself, but today I seem to be just really enjoying the circly thing. And so this is the part, 90. This is the whole, 600. And this is what I would like to find. This is the percent. And this is going to be written as a fraction or a decimal. And in this case, it's called the commission rate, right? So this is the commission rate is going to equal 90 over 600. And that's written as a fraction, not a reduced fraction, but a fraction. And if you wanted to write it as a decimal, you could. It's not required that you write it as a decimal. But as a decimal, it's 3 over 20 as a reduced fraction. As a decimal, it's 0.015. What they're wanting is as a percent. So either one of these, this or this, you multiply by 100%. So you can take 90, I'm going to make it look just like it, 90 over 600 and times that by 100, and that, thank you, and that gives you the 15%, just like if you multiplied this by 100. So either way, it doesn't matter. It's all good. It's whatever you want to do. So 15% is the commission rate. And so anyway, so that's kind of that story there. And so this section, section 13, was on sales tax and commission rate.